Hey YouTube, it's Lucky Luke 5392 here. It's my lovely face. I've been really busy lately. I'm sorry I haven't been putting up very many videos. I haven't had any new decks to profile. I haven't gotten hands on any cards. I was at a regional over the weekend. I got my invite to Nats, so it's very happy to announce that. I was playing Dino Fists over the weekend, and I'm gonna give you guys a deck profile in just a little bit. I'm gonna go through my matchups real quick. There were 10 rounds of Swiss, and there were over 600 people at this event. And we gave up 48 invites. I was happy to place 46. If I didn't already mention that, I'm already going kind of crazy. Um, round 1, I played against Prophecies. I 2-1'd them. The game I lost was because I didn't draw any spell or traps, just 6 straight monsters, and I think a couple of them were normal monsters, which I kind of tend to do that all day yesterday. Not yesterday, Sunday. Yeah, yesterday was Sunday. I drew ass like all day, but somehow ended up going X3 at the end. Round 2 was against the mirror match. Guy just was like asleep half the time. He missed a Veiler several times. He just kind of let me do my thing and ends up showing me this Veiler at the end of the game. Like, man, you probably would have won game 3 if you had dropped that Veiler. I don't know what he was thinking, but he was a cool guy. I ended up seeing him again in like round 7. We ended up back at the same area. It was like right next to me or something. Round 3 was my first loss against Dragunities. For some reason, I can never end up winning against this stupid deck. Even though he didn't like go completely full field nuts like one of my buddies, Marcus, does. Instead, he just goes Stardust and sets 1, which just happened to be a Royal Decree. And I ended up getting over that Stardust and rewarning it. And that Decree won him game 1. Game 2, I drop a Defacer. He can't do anything. Turns into a grind game that Dragunities just can't win without awesome side decks, which I'm like he had. And then game 3, I had the momentum going. He drops Heavy Storm at the right time and takes the game from there, which pissed me off. And had he not flipped that Decreeing round, game 1, I would have won. But anyway, round 4, I ended up playing some strange ninja Hanzo Mist Valley thing that apparently there's like some sort of lock that goes on with that deck that I wasn't aware of, and he didn't hit me with it because he drew ass the entire time, which was okay with me, I'll be totally honest. But it was kind of, I asked him to show me the deck. It was actually a really cool deck. I'd have to look at it some other time and show it to you guys if I can get a hand on it, but it looked really cool from what I could see. It was a really interesting, new, fresh idea that I'd never seen before. But I 2-0'd him real quick because he didn't draw anything. And then round 5 was against Windups. 2-0'd him. Both games turned into grind games, but that Thunder King was putting in so much work. It was great. And then they MST'd the Windup Factory and stopped him from doing anything. Round 6, I played against Prophecies again. This was hands down my favorite game of the entire, my favorite hands down round of the entire day. Game 2, he drops an Injection Fairy Lily and puts Book of Power on it. It was awesome. I just sat there, shook his hand, and then I beat him from there. That Torrential Reborn Tengu combo was just too awesome. I couldn't pass it up. So then we go into round 7, and I play against Water. I'm at top tables. It was actually really nice because I always have this strange curse that every time I get to a top table, I just go right out of it, and I can't stay up there. But I almost stayed up there. It was actually really cool. Game 1 against Water, I had the momentum, which was like a Dragoonity game, except he dropped heavy, and then I lost. Game 2, we were just kind of stalemating for a couple of turns till he drops Messenger of Peace. I had a Gene Warp, which I was attacking with. Drops Messenger of Peace and stalls me for a couple of turns. I draw into 1 Tour Guide, and I was like, I'll hold on to this for a little while. And then I drop a couple more back rows. His turn goes by. He doesn't draw any monsters that he can do anything with, and I have a Defacer sitting up on the field, so he can't like pitch for Megalo or anything. And then I draw into their Tour Guide, and then I just kind of like stop giving any kind of fuck and just drop both the Tour Guides and start attacking under Messenger. Got him down to 2,000. Went and summoned a Sabersaurus next turn over that Gene Warped, and then went to Gaga Cowboy, got him down to 16. He was paying life points off that Messenger for a few turns. Got himself down to 100 life points. I must have run over something or something to deal with that damage. Then I went Black Corn. I can't even quite remember, to be honest. And then game 3, I opened Tour Guide, Rabbit, MST, just everything but monster removal. He drops a Gaios, and I can't do anything because I have Tour Guide and Rabbit. Those are my only monsters that I draw. And then I look at my top card after I lose. It was Dark Hole. I was all kinds of pissed off. I did make one misplay though. I forgot that a lance will negate the other lance's effect on it if you chain 2 in the same chain, and I could have actually possibly waited another turn and drawn that dark hole and possibly even won if I had not made that misplay. But all was well. It happened for a reason. Round 8, I went up and played against, or round 8, I went up and played against another wind-up player. It was a grind game again. The guy ended up, he had his invite. He was X2. He kind of just gave it to me. I was grateful to him for that. Round 9 was against a Dino Rabbit player, which was kind of sad because he had to leave. It was about 9:30, 10 o'clock at this point, and his mother had come to pick him up. She didn't want to wait. She'd come from work or something like that. And it made me sad because it was actually turning out to be a really, really fun match. I was winning, but it was a fun match. So, I mean, a win is a win, and I took it. And then round 10, I played the mirror match. It was a straight... I don't even think I saw any dinos on his field. He just played Fire Fists and just opened everything better than me. He had the deep fissure, or not the deep prison. He had his bottomlesses. He had everything. I'm thinking that was probably just the extra traps of the fact that he wasn't running Dino Fist. That or he dropped Sabersaurus, and I don't remember. But anyway, that was my X3. The day went really well, actually. I'm glad I got my invite, and I'm going to show you guys something real quick before I go into this deck. I got a nice, awesome shirt that I'm sure you've probably already seen in the last few days. It's just really cool. Simple black shirt. They come in white shirt, black text. You can get these from a company called Sun Eagle Gaming. I'm going to put a link to their description, or link to them in the description for you guys to check out their online store. They got some really cool shirts, and I honestly have yet to go check out the link my own self, but I'm sure they have more there. But they've got this shirt. They've got a Megalo shirt. It's like a Megalobama shirt. It's really, really cool. And then they're coming out with even more designs as we go on. I mean, they literally have just started just a couple weeks ago, and they're already taking off real big. So I'm going to get into this deck real quick for you guys. Good stuff. Sorry if it's making a lot of noise. My mic is weird and funky. So I don't need to explain a whole lot of this. It's Fire Fists. It kind of explains itself. I got 3 bears. Finally got 1 ulti. I asked at least 40 people with this regional if they had ulti bears. Or no. 40 of them did have ulti bears, and only one of them wanted to let me rarity bump, and I don't understand why people are so stingy about these bears. It's a $50 card. Let me give you $10 and a bear and an ultra bear. Let me get your ulti. I don't see what the big deal is. They're just like, oh, I don't want to trade it. I want to get rid of it, and I don't understand. I play 1 gorilla. I don't like 2. I think 1 is fine. I play 2 rescue rabbit for the obvious reasons. 3 Sabersaurus for the dinos. 3 Gene Warps for the Beast Warrior Nomies. 2 Tengu, which I'd like to revise something I said in a past video about these guys. They don't get their effect when you overlay with them. They need to go somewhere when they end up leaving the field. They can't just disappear and then summon another one as cool as that would be. And then I played 2 tour guides, which, as I said earlier, put in a lot of work this weekend, even without exceeding. It was nice and nifty. Spells, played 3 Tenki and 1 Tensu. It seems to be the new fad lately. I thought about 2 Tensu, but I don't know, I just didn't think it was good enough. I played 3 Forbidden Lance. I considered playing 2 Lance and a Card D, which in hindsight might not have been a terrible idea because it would have been an easier side out. But I ended up siding out a Lance in quite a few games anyway, so it wasn't too bad. I played 3 MSTs for staple spell trap removal, 1 Reborn, 1 Dark Hole, and 1 Heavy Storm. And as much as I've harped on people about playing Heavy Storm in this deck, I can't say it's that bad because if you go second and you open Heavy Storm and they don't open Starlight or Huge Revolution is over, you're in a pretty good spot already. Even if it ends up being a 1-for-1, that's 1 less back row that you can just not worry about and just attack into things. And I usually side this out when I go first because it's easier that way. I don't have to worry about setting back row and then all of a sudden Heavy Storm comes into my hand and I have to either sacrifice my back row or it's a dead card in my hand. Going second, if you open it, it's great. I ended up siding it out whenever I didn't go second. Going to traps. 2 bottomless. 2D prison. 2 Phoenix Chain, put in a lot of work, mirror match, and a couple other things that were just nice effect, handy decks. 2 Mirror Forces, which I hardly saw them at all during the weekend, and I sided them out, or sided one of them out a couple of times. The Torrential Tribute, like I mentioned before, the Torrential Tribute Tengu combo is really cool, freaking cool. You just drop a Tengu, go Torrential, blow up their monsters, and then you end up having a Tengu on the field. It's awesome. I play 1 Starlight Road and the Solemn Duo. I actually did. These lances came in real handy, though. I'm glad I ran 3 of them now that I think about it. Because what ended up happening was somebody else ripped the Torrential on me. I had 2 monsters. I dropped double lance on my monsters, and he lost his Tiger King. I'm pretty sure that was the round 2 match. Extra deck, I play 1 Starlight, or Stardust with Starlight. My rank 3s, I play Leviathan Dragon, Zen Mains, Tempo, and Levier. They're all really good utility cards. I didn't play Giga Brilliant because 1, space issue, and 2, I just didn't think it was like necessary. I play 2 Tiger Kings. I cut my other ulti. I was really happy about that. I have the Evolzars, Dolki Lagia, because they're too good to go turn 1 and set 3. My generic rank 4s, Utopia, Black Ship of Corn, Gaga Cowboy, which was once again one of the MVPs in the extra deck. Wins so many games. Played Abyss Dweller, went to it like maybe once. I only think I went into it when I played Water because I had that D Fissures. Abyss Dweller is Abyss Dweller. It works when it works, and then doesn't work, then darn. 1 Maestroke, haha, so funny. And then 1 Shockmaster, which as soon as Attacking Galaxy hits, if we don't get chicken and I don't have to change this deck up much, I'm going to take out the Shockmaster because it just isn't consistent enough to have a spot in the extra deck and hold its place, because usually when I go into Shockmaster I've wasted too many resources and I don't want to bother winning the game after that because I just get outplayed or something happens to that Shockmaster and nothing good comes out of it. So Cardinal Commander will probably win its place. Side deck, I play 2 Banishers. They went in against the Water match. They went in against the Dragoonities. Anything that relies on the graveyard or pitching to the graveyard, or, I even think I put it against the Prophecies too, just to make sure they banished their spellbooks. It was actually went off once and it was great. I put 2 Thunder Kings. They go in against anything that searches. It's a great side deck for any deck. I play it and everything at 2 because it's awesome. I play 2 Snowman Eaters against the Mirror Match and other things that rely on battle phase tactics to work. This is great. I love it. Stopped a lot of people in their tracks. I made 1 misplay though with these. I set one when there was a bear and Tinky on the other side of the field, and I paid for that real quick. 3D Fissure stops them from pitching when the Water deck. Really screws up the Dragoonities and like Lavals, and not that I played Lavals, but I mean anything that relies on the graveyard to work suddenly becomes a grind game, and Fire Fist win at grind games really good. I put 2 Mind Crush, side these in against anything that searches, and Water and Prophecy. It's amazing against Prophecy because they reveal their 3 and then you activate Mind Crush and call Priestess and watch their sad face drop it to the ground. Tornado. Dust Tornado is really good. Played Mirror Match, a couple other things came in. Just extra spell trap removal is really handy. My side deck tech for the weekend was DNA Surgery. It never saw play, unfortunately. I did side it in once against that Mirror Match that the guy wasn't playing Dinos, but I didn't see it. And I thought it would have been really funny for, like, if I was playing someone who was playing Heroes or Sams to flip DNA Surgery and they suddenly couldn't go into their, Excalibur, Blade Armor Ninja, or whatever else they go into that's a big beater. I probably would have sided this against Noble Knights too, because that's a big part of their OTK, are those 2 cards. So that's the deck. I don't really know what I would change. When I played to Starlight Road, it was really, really cloggy, and it didn't end up being all that good. And that's really about it. If you guys have any thoughts or anything, just shoot me a note, PM me, comment, subscribe. You know how it goes. Come on, guys. I say this all the time. Alright, I'll check you guys later.